Hey you guys, and welcome to another book called That Was. The unboxing that was, or was not. Some of you are confused right now. It's okay. I'm a confusing person sometimes. But if you follow me on Twitter, you know, you guys, I asked you if you guys wanted me to do an unboxing video. Like, is that even a question now? Because always somebody says yes. And so I did it. I filmed it. And I watching it back and I was just like, I showed you guys straight up my address, and it wasn't like I showed it to you like really quickly and you guys couldn't see, and you would have to do some 007 CIA kind of stuff where you would have to freeze frame, blow it up and stuff like that. No, it was full on you seeing my address, and I was like, wow, that was not smart. I totally spaced and forgot. So yeah, so I'm redoing it. Obviously, I can't redo the whole thing because it was on Christmas Eve when that happened, and I'm refilming this on like the second right now. So, and if I'm talking just a little bit low, it's because my sister is currently sleeping. So yeah, that's a thing. So I'm here to do a book haul of some books that I bought on eBay, and this is all from one seller. And I got all these books for $26, and unlike my other haul, I only had like 5 books. These are like 9 books for 26. So awesomeness. So we're gonna start off with one book I already own, and somebody already claimed this book already, and it is Looking for Alaska by John Green. And I have this book. I don't have the one with the candle though. I have the one with just the smoke. But somebody already claimed this, so I'm already giving this one away to somebody. But then the next book I got in this lot was How I Live Now by Meg Rosoff. And look at this. It has a wonderful cover, especially if you turn it around. I had never heard of this book before until then, so I'm going to read the inside flap. It would be much easier to tell this story if it were all about a chaste and perfect love between two children against the world at an extreme time in history. This is a story about love. It's also a story about hate, which is why I left New York in the first place. You don't fly halfway across the world to live with a bunch of people you never met just for a laugh. I guess if I had known where it was all going to lead, I might have thought twice about stepping onto that plane. I might have worried a little about Edmund being my cousin and me being 15, but I didn't. And in the end, those things that didn't matter as much as you think they would. In the end, the world has a bigger things to worry about than us. And this sounds really interesting, and it's like a little short, look, really short, and it seems like she's dating her cousin, and I'm not sure if that's how that meant to play off. I'm not sure if she really is, but I'm just telling you guys how I took the synopsis at this point. Like, what did I pick up? Like, seriously? But so the next book that I got, it's called A Step from Heaven, and I think it's by Anna, because that's all I see after that. And read the inside flap. In this first novel, a young girl describes her family's bittersweet experience in the United States after their immigration from Korea. While what's going up and up into the sky on the flight from Korea to California, a 4-year-old young Jew concludes that they are on their way to heaven. America is heaven. After they arrive, however, a young Jew and her parents and little brother struggle in their new world, weighted down by the difficulty of learning English, their insular family life, and the traditions of the country they left behind. Anna's striking language authentically reflects the process of acculturation as young Jew grows from child to an adult. So that sounds interesting. Another short book, thankfully, because I filmed my TBR earlier and just like, oh, so many big books for my December TBR, which I hope I finished. The next book that I got is Where Things Come Back by John Corey Whaley, and I've actually heard this author's name thrown around, but I've never actually read anything by him, and this one seemed interesting, and it has like a nice, soft kind of cover, and I love the cover and the back of it. Sorry. It's funny how it's showing the bird book. That's just my phone. It's just Twitter. But I'm going to read the inside flap. When you read a novel expecting to be entertained with a lighthearted tale of adolescent love, you may come to the last page to realize you read something quite different. Will you be left still thinking about the inexplicable disappearance of a perfectly innocent little brother? Will you be picturing what it would be like to finally get the girl of your dreams? Will you be shocked by how the reappearance of an extinct woodpecker can change an entire town and the lives of the people in it? Or will you obsess over those zombies and talking birds? Maybe when you read the story, you'll find that even in a small Arkansas town where everything familiar can disappear, there's hope in the ordinary and hope for a second chance. So this book seemed kind of interesting, and I heard good things about the author before, and it's like a short book, so yay. And then the next book is one that I've been seeing off and on for I think a number of years, or well, it seems like years, but yeah, and it is called Jellicle Road by Milena Marchetti, and this is how it looks. And you know, compared to like all the other ones, it's really short and thick and fat, and has an interesting cover, and I like the title. And this is how it looks out of it. Yep, and of course I'm gonna read the inside flap. What do you want from me? He asked. What I want from every person in my life. I want to tell him more. Abandoned by her mother on Jellicle Road when she was 11, Taylor Meckham, now 17, is finally being confronted with her past. But as the reluctant leader of her boarding school dorm, there isn't a lot of time for introspection. And while Hannah, the closest adult Taylor has to family, has disappeared, Jonah Greggs is back in town, moody stares and all. It is an absorbing tale by Milena Marchetti. Nothing is as it seems, and every clue leads to more questions as Taylor tries to work out the connections between her mother dumping her, Hannah finding her then, and her sudden departure now, a mysterious stranger who once whispered something in her ear, a boy in her dreams, 5 kids who lived on Jellicle Road 18 years ago, and the maddening and magnetic Jonah Griggs who knows her better than she thinks he does. If Taylor can put together the pieces of her past, she might just be able to change her future. So that sounds really interesting, and I think I heard one person say something good about this. Otherwise, I haven't really heard much about this book. So if you guys know anything, let me know. And then this next book is one I have kind of been wanting to read for years also, and it's called Monster by Walter Dean Myers. And this is how it looks. And if you take off this flap, it's like a short flap, you'll see like fingerprints and stuff like that, and like back of it. It seems like really interesting, and it kind of goes along with the storyline, and it's just kind of told in like a play court format, because this thing takes place in court. So there's a lot of there's a lot of this going on, like that going on. So inside flap. Sometimes I feel like I've walked into the middle of a movie. Maybe I can make my own movie. The film will be the story of my life. No, not my life, but this experience. I call it what the lady who was the prosecutor called me. Monster. Fade in, interior court. A guard sits at a desk behind Steve. Kathy O'Brien, Steve lawyer, is all business as she talks to Steve. O'Brien. Let me make sure you understand what's going on. Both you and this King character are on trial for felony murder. Felony murder as serious as it gets. When you're in court, you sit there and pay attention. You let the jury know that you think this case is as serious as they do. Steve, you think we're going to win? O'Brien, seriously? It probably depends on what you mean by win. So this is interesting. I think this is about somebody who is falsely accused of murder, but I can't remember. But it always seemed really good, so I'm really glad I finally got to pick it up, because it's been out for quite a while. And the next book, I swear, Amazon just keeps recommending this book to me for like reasons unknown. But it does seem interesting, so I'm really glad that I got it. And it is called Shipbreaker by Polio Bagalapi. And I haven't heard much about this book either, but it seems interesting, and I really like the cover for this book. And it's all smooth and nice. And let's see. Even at night, the wrecks glowed with work. The torchlights flickered, bobbing and moving. Sledge noise rang across the water, comforting sounds of work and activity. The air tamed with the cool reek of smelters and the salt, fresh breeze coming off the water. It was beautiful. At America's Gulf Coast region, where ground oil tankers are being broken down for parts, Naylor, a teenage boy, works the light crew, scavenging for copper wiring just to make quota, and hopefully live to see another day. But when by luck or chance he discovers an exquisite clipper ship beached during a recent hurricane, Naylor faces the most important decision of his life: strip the ship for all it's worth, or rescue its lone survivor, a beautiful and wealthy girl who would lead him into a better life. So this sounds really interesting, and I really can't wait to read it. And this is how big it is. It's not really that big. Let's see. It's like 300 something pages. So we're down to the last two books, and the next book that I got is Going Bovine by Libra Bray. Look at that cover. It's just so interesting. And I love Libra Bray's Gemma Doyle trilogy. I loved it. I waited anxiously for each book to come out, and I was floored by the ending of the third novel, and I really want a fourth one. I really, really do. Just saying. But I decided to start picking up her other books. So, and this lot is Going Bovine. And this is a dark comedy book, as far as I know. And I'm going to read the inside flap. All 16-year-old Cameron wants is to get through high school and life in general with a minimum of effort. It's not a lot to ask, but that's before he's given some bad news. He's sick and he's going to die, which totally sucks. Hope arrives in the winged form of Dulcie, a loopy punk angel, possible hallucination with a bad sugar habit. She tells Cam there's a cure if he's willing to go in search of it. With the help of Gonzo, a death-obsessed video gaming dwarf, and a yard gnome who just might be the Viking god Balder, Cam sets off on the mother of all road trips through a twisted America of smoothie drinking, happiness cults, parallel universe hopping, psychiatrists, mythic New Orleans jazz musicians, whacked out television game shows, snowblow vigilantes, and disenfranchised fame-hungry teens into the heart of what matters. So this sounds really good, and it says, author Libra Bray comes a dark comedy journey that poses the questions: why are we here? What is real? What makes microwave popcorn so good? Why must we die? And how do we really learn to live? So that sounds tote interesting, because tote is a word that I use now apparently, and I don't know why, because I can't remember where it came from. It was something that I watched. I really gotta stop saying it though. It's beginning to scare me. So anyway, the whole reason that this lot got my interest in the first place, besides Going Bovine, was The Book Thief by Marcus Zusak. Like, seriously, people, you guys, I'm so excited to have this. Of course, this would be the only book in the whole lot that isn't a new hardcover, which I wanted it to be. But I'm really excited to have this. Oh, anyway. So, back. It is 1939, Nazi Germany. The country is holding its breath. That has never been busier and will become busier still. By her brother's graveside, Liselle Meningier's life is changed when she picks up a single object, partially hidden in the snow. It is the grave digger's handbook, left there by accident, and it is her first act of book thievery. So begins a love affair with books and words as Liselle, with the help of her accordion-playing foster father, learns to read. Soon she is stealing books from Nazi book burnings, the mayor's wife's library, wherever there are books to be found. But these are dangerous times. When Lizelle's foster family hides a Jew in their basement, Lizelle's world is both opened up and closed down. So this sounds really interesting, and apparently it is narrated by Death. I read the first couple of pages and they seemed really good, and I'm probably going to do a fragment video on it where like I just read the first page or so that you guys who are interested in it will know. And so that's it for this book haul. I'm probably, maybe, hopefully, I just checked before I started this, and it seems that I might be having some more books coming into mail. That's not until later, and these books were taking up all the space on my bed, so I just decided to go ahead and do it now. And so maybe there might be an unboxing. I'm not sure. We'll see, because I don't think I have a lot of big books, like a big thing of books to really open up. So we'll see, and I will see you guys later, and you guys tell me what did you get recently. I would love to know which books, and tell me if you have read or heard of any of these books, and whether you heard good things, bad things, whether or not you liked it or hated it, reasons why. Just tell me, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and I will talk to you guys later. And oh yeah, I was gonna say, you guys know I always leave my links down below on my channel too, if you guys want to add me on Goodreads, or on Twitter, on Google+, on Facebook, which I don't really update that often, to be honest. ShelFari, the same, and some other random stuff if you guys want, just to let you know. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.